What's up, guys? Welcome to What's Cookin' episode 6, featuring my very good friend, Adrienne Young.
Hey.
And of course, as always, we got the beautiful Taylor Jade, my little co-host. You got your boy, Young Was, on the 1s and 2s over here. There's actually 4 stoves. I only use 2, though. And then Young KATO behind the camera, as always.
Hey, KATO.
Them's his feet.
That's his feet right there. What we got on the menu tonight, I'm going to be doing a baked salmon with a side of potatoes, Brussels sprouts, and our sauteed kale and mushroom salad.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sauteed.
Getting wild in here. Getting crazy with this. You know, these things, they just come to me. I don't even know. You know, I wake up one morning, I'm just like, this is what I'm going to make today. So,
Wow.
tune in.
An
That's what we're
artiste.
doing. A true artiste.
Artiste.
A true artiste. Adrienne, what a pleasure to have you, dude.
What's up, man? I'm
Yeah.
excited.
All
Big
the way
fan.
from
I'm
the
such a
Bay.
big fan.
For those of you who don't know, Adrienne's like one of my best friends from high school. We've known each other for a long time. We go way, way back.
Long time. We
Long
have some
time.
really embarrassing Facebook photos together.
Really embarrassing
Really
pictures.
embarrassing.
Like, if you want to talk about those pictures that you go back and untag yourself from, we
It's
got those
those.
on deck.
KATO,
Yeah.
you better go find those and overlay them on here.
I
We
will
need to
send
see
them.
Yeah.
them.
I don't know who it's more embarrassing for, but I
I
got
think it's
them.
pretty equal.
I'm wearing hipster glasses that don't have any lenses in some of them, so
I was
it's
gonna
bad.
say, I saw your before and after that 10-year challenge, and you're like super goth girl, cool goth girl.
I mean, thank you for being friends with me back in the day,
Of course.
because
Yo,
you know.
real ones know, man.
Wow.
The glow up is real. You know, I
That
feel
was
bad
an
for you if you
investment.
peaked in high school.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was an
It's
investment.
investment.
Right,
That was
that's
It's a
an
long-
that was a
long-term
friendship
investment.
investment.
Did
gotta-
Was
glad-
have any like clique that he was in back in the day that was weird?
Honestly, I think he just hung out with like KATO and like
As weird as they can
same.
possibly
Yeah, no,
get.
it's like same people. Like,
I'm a
like
pretty
through and
consistent
through.
guy.
That's
you
good.
know?
Yeah,
You're
that's
loyal.
true. We've
pretty
been
consistent
homies
dude.
for a
Loyal.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Scorpios are very
yeah, and
loyal.
Karan and just
Yeah.
same
On
squad.
the same squad.
Same
Yeah.
squad, same squad.
Same
That's
squad.
cool.
Same squad, same squad. And, you know, seeing Adrienne's glow up is pretty crazy. Adrienne's, like, easily one of the most creative people I know. And she has been since the jump. It all started with photography for her. Why don't you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, my dad was a photographer, and actually my mom majored in fashion design, and so I have had super creative parents, super
Wow,
creative,
what a
like,
cool pair.
it's been insane. But it was funny because when I was like going to college, I was like, fuck you guys, I'm gonna do academia. Like, my parents really wanted me to go to art school.
Right.
And so
Wow,
I
just the reverse.
I did the most like reverse, like, I don't know, maybe it was like reverse psychology and it fucking worked.
Right.
Like, maybe like they voodooed that shit
Right.
on me. But yeah, I like grew up in my dad's darkroom. He had like a photo studio in SF in San Jose. And so yeah, always grew up in a darkroom and has always been like super fascinated with it. And yeah, took like a million photos. That's why we have so many embarrassing ass photos from like high school, is because I would take photos of everything, like film,
That's awesome.
digital. I was just really annoying. Like, I have so many photos from high school.
That's
like, not
great,
even
though.
good
So many
ones.
memories.
Yeah, that's true. Tried to get my PhD in econ, didn't pan out. Did my
Wow.
master's instead. Yeah, doing a lot of different things.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I obviously met a lot of people when I moved to LA, but in the Bay, you're typically looking at people who are doing, you know, tech jobs and stuff like that.
Right.
Nothing wrong.
Things
you
for
know,
other
it's-
people.
Yeah, exactly. And Adrienne was like the first person I knew who was like traveling and like,
And
you know,
really young too.
really no
Yeah.
pun intended. You know, it was around that time when it was really booming to like become like the person who like traveled and took photos and
Right.
freelanced and did that. And like Adrienne was actually like living that life and like
Right.
doing it.
Right.
What would you say was like the most difficult part of like taking that leap into trusting your work and going into the freelance realm?
Hardest thing about freelancing, well, I was already getting pretty consistent gigs on the side, so I just kind of built those relationships, and so I didn't kind of go into it like fully blindly.
Right.
While I was working in tech, I was taking a lot of gigs on the side, and they were like repeat customers, and so they kind of came at this like cadence where I could tell that they would keep asking things from me, and I just kept delivering.
Right.
And so I didn't feel too scared. Luckily, I just like had pretty consistent jobs coming in.
Right.
But yeah, sometimes like every once in a while, if like it didn't come in or like they didn't need photos for that month,
Right.
the scariest part was just not knowing. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Right.
I would have like 5 shoots in a week, and like that would pay for everything for a month, and then
Right.
sometimes I wouldn't get anything for like weeks, and it would really freak me out.
Yeah.
And so that was the scariest part.
Right.
Because I would say I like made about the same amount that I did like working, and I was like, that felt really great, but it was just
Right.
inconsistent, and so
Yeah.
that was really scary. I mean, I'm sure you can relate too.
Yeah.
I mean, we're all kind of like hustling, just like putting
Right.
ourselves out there, getting work, trying to make it consistent.
Right.
It's tough.
And a badass woman. That's awesome.
I mean, you definitely conquered the social media game. Hands down, one of the funniest Twitter accounts. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's like
he's-
Twitter is
satire,
so great,
but
man.
Twitter is
such a
great.
you're like satire with more comedy than just satire. If that makes
Dude.
sense. I don't even know if that makes sense.
I love Twitter, man.
It's the best.
It's so great.
I love Twitter.
So much better than
much.
Instagram.
It
It really
is.
is.
It is. I
So
feel
much
like
better. That's where the personality is. That's like where personalities
Exactly.
are.
And I was even
Oh,
thinking
man.
today, which backstory, my Instagram got hacked and deleted today. But I felt
Boo,
like I would
Instagram.
be way more upset if my Twitter was hacked and deleted. Like I don't feel too much stress right now. I'm like, yeah, I can build it back up, whatever. But my
Yeah.
Twitter has
you can
like
post
memories.
those old photos and stuff like that.
Yes, but
yeah.
yeah, Twitter is just so much deeper than that, and I've established real relationships with people on Twitter, and it's such an interesting place, just way more vulnerable.
It really is. It's funny. I was actually talking to a coworker about Twitter today. Like, it was one of the only mediums that made minimal changes to its platform
Yeah.
from when it started. Like,
Yeah.
what? They added like 260 characters, and like
Right.
now you can continue tweeting.
Right.
And like
All
that's
great
it.
things.
You can
Dark
make a
mode.
thread. Congrats,
Yeah.
like
Right.
Really, that's it. But it's become, I don't know, so much more than just your like typical social media platform in the
Right.
sense of like it's the birthplace of a lot of like pop culture right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Like,
memes-
memes and jokes like that
Yeah.
stem
Even
from Twitter.
news.
100%.
I find out all my news from Twitter.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I see a cop car and 100 ambulances going towards a direction, I will go on Twitter
Ew,
and
yeah, you
look
can find
up Hollywood Boulevard, cop cars, and it will pop up right then what is going on.
Yeah, like someone's already got a video of it. It's
Exactly.
already got like 1,000
Exactly.
views.
I think the internet has really shown like the true nature of humanity, all its beauty and all its
Right.
ugly sides as well. You
Right.
know?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like it's given us so much opportunity, it's connected us, and you see like a lot of the good that's come out of humanity because of it, but on the flip side, like just some of the ugliest traits that we have.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Definitely.
And it's gonna be really interesting, I feel like, to see how this continues to develop, because you definitely see a bunch of countries like across the world like getting more and more intense with their censorship.
Right.
It really makes you like be grateful to be here, but then at the same time you kind of wonder like how long it'll last.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you just look at like how it is out in China or like anywhere else that like kind of has more of like a
More of the censorship, like
more
laws.
of the censorship
Yeah.
laws
They, like,
in
crack down
place.
on it.
They
Right.
crack down on it
Yeah.
a lot.
Another con to, I guess, for too much freedom is us deciding who truly has what freedom and when they get to have what freedom. Because we have a lot of people that don't have the same freedoms in America. Whereas people in China, they have these set rules and everybody follows exactly this set of things, and
That's true,
everybody
there's, like,
lives
equity, you know?
exactly. There's
Like,
complete
you don't have to worry
equity.
about like justice and all that kind of
Exactly.
stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like everyone's on the same page.
Whereas here, it's like we have all this freedom, and we don't have equality or equity. We have literally nothing. We just have people in higher positions deciding who gets the freedom, and the people with more money is usually who has more of the freedom.
You know what's so interesting? Like, I remember watching Patriot Act on Netflix,
Yep.
and they did a whole censorship in like China like episode,
Right.
and a lot of people were like, "We know like that exists," and they like
They don't
don't
care.
mind it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're still able to connect with one another. They still
Yeah.
have their own like platforms and whatnot. I mean, from our perspective, it's like, oh my god, so much oppression. Like, they like have no freedom, and for a lot of them, they're
Right.
just kind of like, you know, we're still able to do what we want to do.
So Adrienne, actually going back to what you were saying earlier about how in China they don't really even feel like they're missing out on anything because that's just like what they know, right?
Yeah.
That's like their way of life. That's what they've been raised on. So it's kind of like begs the question of like, is ignorance truly bliss? You know, we have a lot of freedom here, and other governments like China, for example, kind of use that against us in some ways. And I remember like reading something or like watching something talking about how their leaders were pointing to our democracy after the 2016 election as like this is a case in point. This is what happens when you give people too much freedom. So like I obviously would way rather have our situation, but there are some pros and cons to it, right? And like obviously we're showing it now. There's a lot of stupid shit happening as a result of like people being able to say whatever the fuck they want with no repercussions, right? So I think it's just like definitely an interesting case to just kind of see how these things are going to unfold in the future, you know? With social media too, especially, it's like I feel like all the side effects, if you will, are not things that you can particularly be aware of real time, right? Like if you ate like a chocolate bar, you could be like, I know this is probably going to be bad for me if I keep eating, if I eat 90 of these, right? But like you don't realize that, if you're visiting your Instagram 90 times a day and you're looking for that quick hit of dopamine, you don't realize the effect that it's going to have on you long term. Dude, the craziest thing that I've done for myself is just these like monthly 1 week breaks from social media have been insane for my clarity. And like now it's gotten to the point where like I kind of even fall into a cycle where I start to realize that I'll get progressively more addicted as the weeks go on, and then I'll be like, yo, I need my break now. And then I'll go on my break and it's like a good reset, and it's just like kind of back to calibrating again. It's helped me a lot with my awareness personally, at least.
Totally.
So,
oh man,
as the meal comes to a close, Adrienne, why don't you let us know what you got going on? What you got coming up next?
What do I got going on?
What's cooking for Adrienne?
Well, it's my birth month, and I haven't created a lot of stuff because I've been really busy with my 9 to 5. So I'm trying to get back into photography, just to shoot again. I've been working a lot more on video and stuff. I've just been doing photography my whole life, and so just playing around with editing videos, just finding a new medium. I've been trying to get more into video just for fun. And
The more you know. It's helped me so much.
Definitely.
Any advice to aspiring meme queens out there?
Ooh. Follow and support people on Black Twitter.
Yeah.
That's number one. That's like where a lot of meme culture comes from,
everything.
honestly. Yeah,
Of
slang, all that kind of
culture.
stuff. And support the shit out of them. Pay them, I think they have like Patreons and stuff like that. I support the shit out of people on Twitter.
That's incredible.
And so a lot of them are writers, a lot of them are like comedians. Support them, man. I think they're where like the culture comes from. So yeah, people of color, especially Black people.
Amen.
And that's a wrap. Episode 6
Woo,
of What's Cookin' with Adrienne Young.
That's me.
We're out of here. That's her. I'm about to get these plates ready, and we're about to serve. Here you go, ladies.
Yay! Thank you, Chef Wah.
Thank you.
Dinner is served.
It looks so good.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe, comment, let us know. Give us your feedback. If you want to see someone on the show, let us know. We'll see if we'll invite them on. Probably not. Maybe we'll, though. Check it out. What's Cookin', episode 6. Thanks for watching.
Oh my god, it's so good.